guys, ASMR Retro here. Today I'm going to do a predictions video for WWE SummerSlam 2025. Yes, it's the biggest scam of the summer. It's taking place in East Rutherford, New Jersey on August 2nd and 3rd at MetLife Stadium. Now this is going to be a little bit of a shorter predictions video. I just didn't have time to do all the little bells and whistles and go into in-depth about my predictions. And also, to be honest, I haven't been watching WWE much lately. I'm somewhat losing interest in the product. But anyways, it is what it is. I still wanted to do this prediction video for you guys. So anyway, we'll start off with night one. The first match I want to talk about will be a singles match between Jamie Stain and Carrie Ann Moss. And he'll be with Starlet as usual. And if Moss wins, Stain has to say the words "Moss was right." And if Stain wins, Moss has to say "I was wrong" about Stain. Should be an okay match. I think they fought recently at Night of the Champions, was it? And I seem to remember it was pretty good, so it would be good to see it again. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen much of Carrie Ann Moss in general. I know he's been around for a while, but they haven't really done much with them, and he rarely fights on pay-per-view, or live events, whatever they're called. So well, in that sense, it would be good to see more of him, but I'm not too excited about this particular match. To see, I don't really care so much who wins or loses in this one. But with that being said, I think Jamie Stain will win the match, and I don't know if Oz is gonna actually say "I was wrong" about Stain, but he might weasel his way out of it or just run away. But anyways, my prediction is Jamie Stain will win. Next up is a tag team match between Roman Reigns and Jay Leno versus Bunsen Burner and Buffalo with Paul Bearer. This should be a good match. I like everyone involved in this match, and I'm always excited to see a little bit more of Bunsen Burner and Buffalo. Now my first instinct was, obviously Roman Reigns and Jay Leno are gonna win. But then the more I think about it, it's like, okay, Seth Jochen Myers is injured, he's out. So they have to do something with Bunsen Burner and Buffalo while he's gone. Otherwise they're going to be buried into oblivion and no one's going to care about them anymore. So with that being said, I think Bunsen Burner and Buffalo, there's a lot of B's there. Bunsen Burner, Buffalo with Paul Bearer, wow. But anyways, I think they're going to win, obviously by cheating one way or another. But I do think this will be an entertaining match. Next up is the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion match between the current champions, the Hung Jury, Raquel and Rosie Perez, versus Charcuterie Flair and Alexa Kiss. Not too much to say about this match, but I think that you're going to have new tag team champions, so I think Charcuterie Flair and Alexa Kiss are going to take the belts. Now, I'm not even sure if this next match is going to take place or not, but it's the World Heavyweight Championship match between Uter, your current champion, versus CM Punch. Now, I saw they did an angle where Punch gets jumped and he's like injured. I don't know if he's really injured, and apparently the match isn't going to happen. I don't know, bro. I have a feeling the match will take place regardless, and Punch will, be pretending to have an injury. But in storyline, he actually will be injured, and that's how, they will make him look so bad by losing another match. He lost a match to Cena, recently, so. But if the match does take place, like I said, I think Uter is going to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. Then there's the tag team match between Sandy Norton and Belly Fold versus Drew McIntosh and Paul Hogan. Now this one should be interesting. I have sort of a morbid curiosity to see what Belly Fold is going to be able to do. It's probably going to be essentially a 2-on-1 match against Sandy Norton. He's going to do all the work, and then Belly Fold is going to just go in there and flop on top of whoever's laying on the ground. So that being said, I think it's going to be Sandy Norton and Belly Fold winning this match, because when you have a celebrity in there, it's like you don't want to make them lose, because what's the point in that, So yeah, that's my pick for that match. It should be interesting to see. Then we have the WWE Women's Championship match between your current champion Tiffany Manhattan versus Base Cargo. it's nice to see their two style space cargos, doing the power moves and stuff like that, and then Tiffany Manhattan doing her flips and high flying moves and stuff like that. So it should be good. But I think Tiffany Manhattan is gonna retain her championship with her finisher, the Manhattan Project. Alright, we move on to night 2. And we start off with a 652-man tender loving chair match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. So I'm gonna try my best to name off all the people here, but it'll be 666, Dr. Loomis, and Serial Joe, who are your current champions, versus Al Dente and Ray Pheasant, versus TMI, Johnny Oregano, and Tomato Salsa, versus Freemium, Axe Your Mom, and Nick Freezer, versus Micro Machine Guns, Shelly Shelly, and Chris Cabin, versus the Street Fighters, Michelangelo and Montez Ferrari. Man, that's a lot of competitors, and it's just gonna be a mess. Like, I'm not a big fan of matches with so many people in them. It's just gonna be total chaos, and not in a good way. With that being, and I didn't even know some of these guys are. I didn't know who Axe Your Mom and Nick Freezer were. I'm guessing they're from NXT or something. I don't know, bro. But I don't know. I would just go with the Micro Machine Guns because I don't know. They look cool. I guess I don't know, bro. So that's my pick and new WWE Tag Team Champions. Then we have the WWE Inconsequential Championship match between Dominic Toretto, who's your current champion, versus AJ Lee. Should be a good match. Both these guys are great in the ring. Not too much to say about it. I'm enjoying Dominic Toretto as champ, and yeah, I don't think it makes sense for him to lose the belt at this point. So I say that Dominic Toretto will retain his championship. Then there's the WWE United States Championship Steel Cage match between Yolo Sikoa, who is your current champion, versus Jacob's Ladder. And I'm getting kind of tired of this feud, to be honest. I think Jacob needs to win and move on to bigger and better things. I am interested to see what he's going to do in the cage because, he's a pretty crazy guy and he should do some crazy things in there. But with that being said, I believe Jacob's Ladder will win the United States Championship against Yolo Sikoa. Okay, then there's the WWE Women's Inconsequential Championship match, and it's weird that they're having both inconsequential matches, the men's and the women's, on the same night. At least they should split up the nights, but anyway. You have your current champion, Becky Lynch, versus Allegra Final. And if Wrench wins, Final can no longer wear Final pants as long as Wrench is champion. Kind of a weird stipulation there, but I have no idea about this one. I went back and forth a few times. I'm just gonna go with Becky Lynch. I'm not sure why, but I think she's gonna retain her championship. Okay, then we have a triple stench match for the Women's World Championship between the current champion, Wyoming, versus Rihanna Ripper, versus Marble Rye. And again, I'm not a fan of these triple stench matches. I think they kind of stink, but it is what it is. But these three work well together, so I think it should be a decent enough match. My instinct was to go with Rihanna Ripper, but maybe that's just because she's like one of my favorite wrestlers these days. But I think ultimately Wyoming is going to retain her Women's World Championship. And finally, we get to the street fight for the unidentified WWE Championship between the current champion, John Cena, versus Cody Stones. I should be more excited for this, but I guess I'm not. Like, the match will be good for sure, but we don't really need a rematch of Grapplemania at SummerSlam. But anyway, yeah, the match